Hey everybody, welcome to Home Groups, where we apply the message we heard this week at FV Church. This weekend, Pastor Jerry spoke out of Haggai 1, and yes, that is a real name. And we talked about God's house, and I just wanted to point out something I saw in this passage. The Israelites are just recently being released from captivity and exile and returning home. And their lives are starting to go really well, and they can build nice houses and they feel safe. And I believe that parallels our lives as Christians. When Jesus comes in and he saves us from our sin and he saves us from our mess, our lives feel so much better. Someone described it this week to you as they prayed the prayer and they felt it as real in their life as anything they'd ever experienced. So we have this new life and this great life, and we start thinking we can do it on our own. And I believe that's what the Israelites did here in Haggai.
Yeah, we start to get comfortable in our salvation. Like at first it's all new and it feels good. It feels like you were in darkness and now you're in the light. But after a while, the light starts to become normal and it's just us going through the motions. We start to build our lives instead of really focusing on our relationship with God. I think that's what they were doing here. It's not that they were bad, evil people and God was angry at them. He was just like, where's your enthusiasm for my house? You're going through the motions, but there's no real conviction there.
And God actually says to them, all these rough things that you're seeing, they are because you're not putting me first. You're out of money, or you feel like you have no money because you're not putting me first. You lack enthusiasm because you're not putting me first. You're taking care of your house and yourself, but you're not taking care of my house and what I have for you. And if you do that, then I can honor you.
And isn't that what we say all the time? Like we get money, it goes in our pockets and it goes right back out. Or we're constantly in this lacking season. It feels like we just can't catch up. That's exactly where they were at too.
And the answer to this is loving the house of God.
Yeah.
It's so important that we aren't just passionate for Jesus, which you need. You have to be passionate for what he loves, and he loves his church. It's called the bride of Christ. So do you love your church? Do you love where you get to serve God? And are you investing in God's house? Because if you are investing in God's house, he's going to be investing in you. He doesn't ask perfect people to come and take care of his house. He asks broken people to come and serve, and he'll make them perfect.
And it's each one of our responsibilities to help build the church as well, to bring people in, which is why we started the Love Challenge for this month. So I hope that you guys have gotten to the app or the website already and are participating with the Love Challenge with us. But if you haven't, here's the gist of it. Go to fe.church/Love Challenge. Every single week, we're going to post a new reading from the Bible to really get in the Word, find out what love is, what God actually says about love, and do some interacting with it. Actually, as a suggestion for week 1 of the challenge, it was try to fast selfishness for a day, for a week, and see what happens, that kind of stuff. But then it's also, there's practical challenges. Do something for your family without complaining about it or without being asked. Pay it forward at a restaurant. Pay for somebody coming in the line behind you. Things like that. Practical ways that you can love the people around you this week.
These challenges are a great way for you to show yourself the change that God has been making in you. A lot of times, think of when you're working out. You don't see the progress that you want to see. And then somebody says, "You look great." And you're like, oh, there is a change happening. These challenges are a great way for you to see the change that God has been doing in you. If you serve someone because you love God, that's the change that Jesus makes in us.
And it often solidifies what we're learning from the Bible. Like the first week is reading about 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter. Love is patient and kind. And if you have to then live out that patience and kindness and love, it kind of solidifies that in your brain too, this is how that actually works in everyday life.
Yeah.
That's really what the challenge is all about, loving the people around us and learning what love actually is.
So today in our groups, we're going to talk about the ways in our life where maybe we've been putting ourselves before God, or we've been taking care of our own house and ignoring his house, maybe in our finances, our personal lives. And we're also going to consider together taking part in the Love Challenge. If you haven't signed up already, consider that.
Yeah.
Or maybe challenge each other as a group for different ways that you can be loving to those around you.
Yeah. Have a great discussion, guys.
We'll see you next week.